video is for our kindergartners and first graders, which are really now our first and second graders, for August week 5. So this week we're kind of having like a little back to school-esque type party, nothing crazy. So this will be the kids' last week in these classrooms, really. Their last week in small groups. Next week they'll still check into these same rooms, but we're just having a pajama and movie day, so they won't really be doing small groups at all. And then on the 12th will be pop-up Sunday, and all the kids will move to their new classrooms. So this is their last normal week, possibly with you as their leaders and in this room that they've been checking into for the last year. So we are doing things a little bit different this Sunday, especially for the 2nd through 4th graders who have the 4th graders graduating up to Detour. So I'm just going to tell you those activities. So all month long we have been learning about wisdom, finding out what you should do and doing it. And our memory verse for the whole month is, if any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you. God gives freely to everyone and doesn't find fault. James 1:5. So today's story is all about renewing your mind from Romans 12:2, and I had that verse looked up earlier. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick just to read it. Yep. Here we go. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. And the kids, hold on, I can't do this through the thing. The kids are going to be hearing this version, which is a little bit different. Don't live the way this world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Then you will be able to test what God wants for you, and you will agree that what he wants is right. His plan is good and pleasing and perfect. What an amazing verse to go out on for this past year. So that's what kids are going to be learning about. Their bottom line, never stop growing in wisdom. So as kids roll in, there's an activity on here that you can do. But we also have just this back to school little I Spy thing that kids can come in and color, a little seek and find. They can either circle or color the items as they find them. You can also be asking kids questions like, what have they gotten better at over this summer? Was it a sport or a skill or their chores or being patient with their family, and see if they can come up with anything that they've gotten better at. Then the next little interactivity, oh shoot, I don't have my buzzers in here. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So the last interactivity before going into large group is you're going to divide your group into 2 teams, and you're going to give each team a buzzer. These buzzers are so not annoying. The blue one sounds like that. The green one is like a laser tag. The red one is like a siren. And the yellow one is like a big buzzer. So that's fun. So you're going to give each team a buzzer, and you're going to use these cards that I'll show you in just a second, and ask both teams if the word on the card will grow. And tell kids that the first one to buzz in and answer correctly gets a point for their team. And what's great is you'll be able to tell who buzzes in first because their sounds are all different. So make sure that all kids get a chance to answer. Call on specific kids if you need to, and just keep track of the points. So bicycle, seaweed, rocks, a fire, whales, cheeseburgers, puppies, all these things, that's what you're going to be asking them if they grow. And then you're going to say some things will grow and some things just don't. And we usually grow things like plants that can help us eat, build homes, make medicine, or make something in our lives better. So let's go hear about something that we can grow that will help our whole lives. And obviously we want them to grow in wisdom. So then you'll head down to a large group. When you get back from large group, you have a couple activities that you can do. The first is a memory verse activity. And you're going to sit in a circle and practice James 1:5, which is their memory verse. And then you're going to have a bag that has these phrase-by-phrase cards in it. And you're going to hand the bag to one of the kids and explain that it contains all of the words from James 1:5. And you're going to ask the kid with the bag to pull out one of the cards and read it. You might need to help them read the phrases. Try to give them hints instead of just reading it for them. And if the card contains a phrase from James 1:5, they keep it. And if not, they hand the card to you and they pass the bag to the next kid. And you're just going to keep going until one of the kids finds the first part of the verse. And then they can put that card face up in the middle of the circle. So the first card is if you, okay? And then they're going to put all the cards back in the bag and start again. And when the second part of the verse is found, you're going to put it next to the first part. And then you're going to continue until the entire verse has been recovered. And then you'll say the verse together and you'll practice it And you can play again if you want to, but you probably won't have time to do that. So here's all the little pieces of the verse. If any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you. Right there. God gives freely to everyone and doesn't find fault. So they're trying to pick it out in the order of the verse, if that makes sense. Okay, the next activity is kids are going to decorate their wisdom crown. I didn't have a sheet on this because I just changed it up last minute. So Solomon wrote all these wisdom books in the Bible. Solomon was the wisest king to ever live, and Solomon is who gave us lots of wisdom things. So Solomon was a king, so they're going to decorate their crowns. And what they've got is, they've got a sticker for every bottom line that we've had this month. So think before you act. They can put that on their crown. Hang with wise people. They can put that on their crown. Trust God to give you wisdom, and wisdom is worth searching for. They can put all of those bottom lines on their crown and take home their wisdom crown for this month. And then finally, you can end with a prayer, just reviewing those 5 bottom lines and asking God to help them live it out with wisdom. And that is it for this week. Thank you guys so much for serving. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful for all of you. This past year has been nothing short of crazy for everyone, and I just want to thank you guys for coming back, for starting, for serving, for being a consistent person in the lives of these kids. And I just am so, so grateful to all of you for the time and energy that you put into Oak Ridge Kids. So thank you guys so much for serving, and we'll see you on Sunday.